All right. All right, everyone. Hello, good morning, and good evening. Welcome to the Bear Pen. We are here for an awesome one shot using my favorite RPG system on the planet so far, because I guess I haven't played all of them because there are so many. But Fate is an awesome role playing game by Evil Hat Productions, and it is sort of setting agnostic, so you can pretty much do anything you'd want in it. You want to run an underwater library adventure, you can do that. You want to run mice in space, you can do that. What we're doing today is running the secret life of cats. So, the awesome thing about this one shot is that everyone is, well, a cat. Our players are taking the role of various different kitties inside the cat cafe of Mrs. Haversham. We'll get into that in just a moment, but before we do that, what we're going to do is go ahead and introduce our players. So the first person we can have is the first person on my screen. Why don't we go ahead and introduce Gumdrop?
Yeah, that's me. Hey, Megan, and I'll be playing Gumdrop. Should I do like socials
Yeah, go ahead and
and
do your
stuff? Yeah.
socials, and you can describe your the kitty
Oh,
you'll be playing
cat.
this evening.
Yes, I will do the cat first. She's the most important. Her name is Gumdrop, and she's kind of like a round kind of tabby who hangs out in the kitchen. She had like a life on the streets, but now she's comfortable, and she just kind of wants to eat, but she still has the edge when called upon. She hasn't forgotten what she knew. And,
Indeed.
yeah. And find me online. Twitter's at Quinut, and here on Twitch it's at Murphy Pop Art, where I draw weird things and listen to like real chill music.
Which is awesome. It's always fun to do. If you guys want to check out some of those links, they should be up there in chat as well. And next up, why don't we go ahead and say hello to our next kitty, Juliet.
Hi, I'm Abby, and my kitty today is Juliet. She's a little tuxie, which if you have a tuxie, they are very loud, they are chatty, and they are all up in your business. So Juliet is a feisty little girl that um, just she's always ready to play fight. She bites a little too hard. She knocks things off things, but she is a mighty hunter. She's a mighty hunter. She will bring you presents if she loves you. And yeah, if you're interested in just my random thoughts on the world and rotten days sometimes, I'm on Twitter at Clarion Call.
Awesome. All right. Yeah, you can definitely follow. Give Abby a follow there. You can find her Twitter handle there in chat as well. Next up is our next cat, Callie.
Hello, I'm playing Callie. She is a fat little calico cat who, if you're familiar with the picture of the cat who got stuck in their automatic feeder and looks pleased, like beyond belief, that is what I'm playing. Just food. I live with food. Give me food. So, they're going to be fun if there's food involved. I am Cassidy. You can find me on Twitter at awkwardcassidy_, and I do the Blood on the Bayou here every Sunday, and I'm excited to get started.
That's true. So if you guys are into the Vampire the Masquerade, give us a watch on Sundays, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And our next cat, which we've got, is DeLacey.
Hello, I'm Paige, and I have just realized what an outlier my cat is. I am playing DeLacey, a former show cat. Very prim and proper and perpetually grumpy. She is a calico sphinx, so she's always in her nice little sweater, which she doesn't like. And, she likes to just spend her time lying about, as bored as it gets. But she's a very proper cat, and she would never dream of going outside in that filthy place.
I mean, why would
And
you?
and you can find me on most socials at Twisted Werewolf, wolf spelled with a U instead of an O. And Saturdays at 6:30 p.m. This coming Saturday, we'll be pushing it back to 7 though. You can find me on twitch.tv/thebard's where I am playing Alice Mockingdale in a Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, The Fall of London.
Very, very cool stuff. Very, very cool stuff. Well, last thing we're gonna do today before we head into our fun little adventure is just say that we do have a Discord available, so if anyone would like to come and join us, sometimes we chat about things like movies and gaming and just chat about our day, and you can also interact with some cast members that you might find in some of our shows there. If you feel like starting up a board game or something and you want some players online, you're more than welcome to post messages there. I'll leave the link for that here, and we are going to go ahead and get into it. So, it is a wonderful Saturday morning here downtown in the small seaside village of Knott's Point. It is a bit of a tourist destination. People like to come here. There's an old lighthouse that people enjoy seeing, and it is around 10 a.m. in the morning, which is usually the time when the tourists come in for having their breakfast and heading towards a brunch time, and the cafe is fairly busy this morning. It's fairly busy this morning. Mrs. Haversham and her husband used to run the cafe together, but it's been about 5 years now since Mr. Haversham passed away, so these days Mrs. Haversham is helped out by her nephew, Anthony, so he takes care of helping her take orders and bring food from the kitchen and such. There is also not too much in the way of different kinds of foods and things that they do offer here at the cafe. It's mostly sweet stuff and things like paninis and certain wraps and everything like that. It's just very, very simple. Basically, what an old lady and her nephew can handle, even when it gets busy. Mrs. Haversham and her husband were always very fond of helping out the different cats in the neighborhood, and if people needed somewhere to foster a cat for a while before it got adopted, this would be the place to bring them. Oftentimes, many of the cats would end up staying because Mrs. Haversham has a very soft heart for all the kitties in her life. You four are some of the said kitties. Why don't we go ahead and start with DeLacey? DeLacey, how would you imagine you like to spend your mornings? Is DeLacey a morning cat?
Absolutely not. She would probably be on the highest place she could find, hiding from everyone. Just trying to keep to herself. She is a show cat, but also she has to perform, so she has to be in the highest space at all times so people can always see her.
There are several different levels of shelves that are packed into, on the walls at different levels where the cats can come and sit, and occasionally there are little scratch posts and stuff, and you have found yourself a prime position where everyone would be able to see you, but you would have the choice of interacting or not with them at your leisure. How about Callie? How would Callie be spending this wonderful morning?
Probably sitting in the food dish, waiting for it to be filled.
As you are sitting there in the food dish, waiting for it to be filled, Anthony comes up and he looks down at you and says, "I've already fed. The bowl has food in it. There's literally food in it." Anthony kind of like scooches you out of the way a little bit, shakes the bowl so that all the food pellets now cover the bottom so you can't see the bottom of it, and puts it down. There, see?
Immediately eats.
Very good. Juliet, how does Juliet spend her mornings?
Well, Juliet is probably either if there's anybody willing to dangle a toy, Juliet will chase it. If there is not, then trouble begins because she will chase bugs into strange corners and bat at tails that are hanging off of shelves.
This morning there is a family which have two sort of like young-ish kids. I would say the one seems to be around 8 and the one seems to be around 10. They're both little girls, and the 8-year-old is busy happily like playing with you and like doing a bit of play fighting with you, and you're doing little soft little kicks, and some of the other cats are wandering around in the cafe as well. How about our wonderful Gumdrop? How do they spend their mornings?
I would say Gumdrop has found a spot in the kitchen, kind of like on a shelf right before the door where you exit and you bring the stuff out. And usually she's there with like her eyes closed, but anytime like something comes by, like say a tray of cupcakes, she just happens to like swipe out a little paw and do like a little taste test. Like, yeah. Now she doesn't know if anyone is paying attention to her, but she's like she considers herself quality control. And it's very important. Stuff can't go out there if Gumdrop hasn't like just got a little like gotta make sure it's really for Miss Haversham and her Yelp reviews.
It's got to be QC tested all the way.
Exactly.
Absolutely, absolutely. As you are in the kitchen this morning, and Mrs. Haversham is carrying a little tray out, she does actually notice as you were trying to give a little swipe towards the cupcake. She's like, "Oh no, not for you, Gumdrop, not for you." And she sort of walks out of the kitchen and through a little corridor back out into the main space there. You can make a notice roll for me, please, Gumdrop.
Okay, let's see. All right, let's do this.
So for those of you that haven't played Fate before, it is a really cool system that uses D4s, and there are special dice called fudge dice which you can get, which have pluses and minuses and blank faces on. They kind of look like that. You got 6. That is perfect. So how it would work is that each person would have a skill which they would have a bonus to, so +3 for example, and then you would roll your dice, total up the pluses, minuses, and blanks, and see if you get a negative or a positive or nothing to add to that roll, and then you would give your roll. 6 is absolutely fantastic. You are sitting on the counter, well, sort of like on a window ledge in the kitchen, and you notice that there is one of the other cats that are a denizen of the cat cafe that is sort of gingerly peeking around the corner and sort of beginning to pad his way into the kitchen, but looking around, very, very skittish. This particular cat you know to be called Tinkles. Tinkles is kind of scrawny, even though he is not a young cat by any means. He's not a super old cat, but he's definitely on the smaller side as far as cats go. And he always has this very wide-eyed expression. He's a very sort of nervous cat. He likes pets and everything, but he's very kind of nervous. He sort of pads into the kitchen and he's looking around. It doesn't seem as if Tinkles has noticed you, but you can tell that Tinkles is eyeing the kitchen out in very specific ways.
I think Gumdrop will, with surprising, fastness for a round cat like herself, just kind of jumps down like right in front of him.
Tinkles does the thing where he jumps up and backs up a little. He's like, "Oh, Gumdrop, you scared me."
Oh, I didn't mean to scare you. You seem lost. You
Oh,
seem very lost. This is the
well,
kitchen. This is like my spot.
no. I know. This is your spot, but I noticed Mrs. Haversham wasn't in here, and there was. Gumdrop, maybe you could help me out with something. You see, there's something that I'm looking for.
I was really comfortable up there. And I was planning like a nice, quick 4 or 5 hour nap.
I mean,
Hmm,
those are important for your health. Everybody knows.
true. Well, what sort of help?
Well, you see, it's been, well, since the last time I had my little accident, the one we don't talk about, Mrs. Haversham's been a little stingy on handing out, the catnip. But I think I might have discovered where she keeps it.
I see. I used to I don't like talking about it, but I've had my run-ins with catnip. But we're here now in this lovely cafe, and I don't want to give it up. I cannot get in trouble because I'm not going back out there. She gets like real intense all of a sudden. I like it here. Look at my fur. Look at this. It's so clean. I have all the cupcakes I can catch. What? And she
No,
gets like, okay, so like, don't ruin this for me.
no, I understand. I understand, but um, you know, in in the cupboard that she keeps the catnip, I've also seen that's where she keeps the wet food treats there too, Gumdrop.
Oh, oh
The
no,
wet food treats,
the good ones, right?
the good ones.
Oh no. Okay. She like looks at like the kitchen, checks herself, and then she thinks of the treats. Okay, so let's say hypothetically I'm in. Hypothetically, how do we do this?
Well, you see, I had and then out of nowhere, a drawer in the kitchen just pops open a little bit, and another little head pops out, and you hear a voice say, "Hello."
Why are there all these other cats in here? I was very clear.
You know that this cat is the one that has been affectionately called Schrodinger because they are always nowhere and everywhere to be found at the same time.
Okay.
They are a Siamese, very long face, and Schrodinger pops up and just sort of like stretches out of the cabinet and then jumps up on the counter and starts licking his legs. Says, "Hello, Gumdrop. Hello, Tinkles. I heard that you have a problem."
Hello, Schrodinger. You always seem to be around when there's a problem.
I hadn't noticed, Gumdrop. Perhaps you're right. I will have to think about my life choices from now on. But I hear that you're trying to get hold of the delicious wet food treats.
Hypothetically.
I might know a way, but I have a little problem that you could help me with. Perhaps you could get the others to help me as well.
Hmm. This is rapidly getting very complicated for a lazy cat. But please continue.
You see, Gumdrop, I've lost my little lamb and I don't know where I put it.
Hey. Uh, does Gumdrop know what he's talking about?
You can make a lore roll.
Okay, so that's like nothing. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, so you get no bonus to
Oh
that, but you can make
no!
a lore
Oh
roll.
no! That's with -3.
-3.
Oh,
Now,
drop
uh,
nothing.
you have absolutely no idea what Schrodinger is talking about.
Oh,
You have absolutely no idea what Schrodinger is talking about, but they're sort of looking into the distance, and they seem to be sometimes not always there, just sort of looking into the distance and says, "Yes, my precious lamb is missing. I don't know what I will do without it."
I see. This seems like it's a safety issue for the cafe at this point. Okay, we're gonna solve this because I need everything to be okay here. I think I must assemble a crew.
I think that is a very good idea. I will be in the drawer. I've been trying to keep myself breathing automatically for several hours now. I think I figured out that I don't need to do it by myself.
That's great to hear. And like Gumdrop is backing up a little bit away from her. You go right back in that drawer. I think that's a real smart place for you to be.
Schrodinger pops back into the drawer.
Hey, Tinkles, this is getting real complicated, buddy. What have you gotten me into?
Well, I didn't know Schrodinger was going to be there. Maybe we could go find some help.
We have to. I've been trying to keep my nose clean. I've been laying low. It's been working for me. Okay, all right. Let's just do this. And like Gumdrop just kind of like puffs herself up and then smooths herself back down. All right, everything's cool, and I'm gonna look acceptable and reasonable and in charge, and everyone's going to help with this, and then we can just be done, and I can get back to my third nap of the day.
Very good. Callie, while you were busy eating this potentially second or third bowl of food this morning, go ahead and make me a notice roll.
All right, that's not awful. Oh, I think that's +2.
Plus two is good. Plus two is good. Well, it's classified as being fair. So plus two is fair. You actually do hear coming from the kitchen the mention of wet food treats, and your ears perk up, and you hear the sort of pawing sounds of Gumdrop and Tinkles busy making their way out of the kitchen.
Well, I will intercede them and block their way.
Oh, hey, Callie.
Where
You're not eating right now.
where are they?
Oh, I
Where the
don't know what
treats?
you're talking.
Where are the wet treats? Where are the treats?
Okay. Oh no. Okay, so I guess you're involved in this now, huh?
Treats? Where are the treats?
Oh, this is gonna be trouble. Uh, Hi, Kelly. I'm so glad that you're so interested in our treats program system right now. We're just gonna gather a couple of, not that I don't trust you, not that I don't think that you could handle this, but like Tinkles in particular, like he's being real particular about who we include. So I guess you're just come along with us, and we just need some more
To get the treats.
yeah, I was gonna say alibis, but yes.
Alibis
boy.
sound good. We might need people to get rid of witnesses. We should probably speak to Juliet.
Oh, this is spinning. Okay, let's do this. Can't go backwards. Just look on Trust's face. Okay, come on, Callie, Tinkles, dream team here. Okay, let's do this. I don't want to lose this.
DeLacey, from your purchase high above the cafe, you can see pretty much everything that's going on, and you do notice that three of your cat companions have gotten assembled near close to the little hallway that exits out from where the kitchen is. You do notice them all gathered there.
DeLacey's gonna drop down a few levels, wait for them to get a little bit further down the hallway, and then start following. Not enough to join the group, but just so she can see what's going on.
You guys definitely see that that DeLacey has become interested by the three of you that are gathered at the moment.
We're just gonna keep going. I have no control over the situation, but it's happening. And Gumdrop will just keep on going.
Kelly's doing a little treat dance. Just treats.
No, we gotta play it cool.
Dancing while walking. her treat stance. She's doing her treat
Damn.
stance.
No, I'm gonna get kicked out. I don't know. I can't sleep under bridges anymore. I'm too old. And she's like kind of muttering to herself. I can't live that life again.
It's going to be fine. I promise. Good morning, DeLacey. You look terrific in your sweater.
Thank you, Tinkles.
Say, have you seen Juliet around at all? Maybe we've been we might have a project for her for you as well if you have an interest.
Maybe if you make it worth my while.
Well, how does wet food treat sound to you?
Not too bad.
And there may or may not be catnip involved, maybe.
I mean, that's not bad either. I mean, as long as I get most of it.
Well, we'll discuss the split after we're finished, maybe.
70-30 sound good? Should be enough for the 30%'s enough for the rest of you, right?
We'll come back.
Cool.
We'll circle back. We'll circle back to that. So, DeLacey, you have definitely seen Juliet. She was engaged in some fun play with a young girl that was at a table.
Yeah, Juliet's this way. DeLacey's gonna make her way to the front of the group and just start walking.
Very good. I want everyone to try and make me a because there are people that walk occasionally in between here. There are food trays that are brought out every now and then by either Anthony or Mrs. Haversham, and there are people that get up to walk to the bathroom and everything like that. So just to see how as there are like 4 of you clumped together now in this little cat coterie, you can go ahead and let's make this athletics roll just to see how well you are winding through the crowds.
And if we have a skill with that, we add that to our roll, right?
You do indeed.
Okay. That is a 1.
A 1 is average. That's a success.
Ooh.
That's also a success.
So altogether, like -1. It says here poor, but I'll double check with the storyteller because I don't know what this computer is doing.
Altogether a -1. All right. So this is when the option to use fate points and stuff come out. So you have on your character sheet you have your aspects, and you even have stunts and such that you can use to help you out there. So for this, do you think that if you think that one of your aspects could help you out and potentially either provide you a +2 or a reroll, if you can justify it, you can use one of your fate points.
Okay, where are my fate points on here, just to make sure I'm tracking them correctly?
So that will be on your character sheet there where it says refresh. You have 5
yes,
at the moment.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, because one of her aspects is quicker than she looks.
That
She
would
might be able to just kind
definitely
of go, whoa.
that would definitely apply. That would definitely apply. So we'll mark now that you now have 4 fate points there. So you've paid one there. So would you like to try for a reroll, or would you like to actually just take the flat +2?
I don't trust this roller right now, so I'll take the flat +2. She's not super athletic. It's fine.
All right. You'll take the flat +2. So, uh, the you can see that Anthony is sort of like busy making his way, and he has got a tray that's got a couple of like lattes on, and it's got a few like cakes and things, and the three of you are busy making your way, and he does sort of like stumble around you and almost steps on you once or twice, but I think he's kind of used to the fact that there are always so many cats under feet, and death is imminent at any point by falling. So yeah, you guys manage to not knock him on his ass.
I just have to like whip her tail in at one point. She's like, "Oh."
You make your way over with DeLacey leading you to where Juliet is, and Juliet, you are busy playing with this kid, but I feel like you're enjoying the play, maybe a little bit too much. Maybe a little bit too much. So I think that I'm going to invoke your trouble here. In which case something will happen. If you do not want it to happen, then you can pay me a fate point. But if you accept it and go with it, then I will pay you a fate point.
I feel in the spirit of the thing, we will absolutely own our trouble. So yeah, I'll take it.
Excellent. All right. So your fate points are up to 6 now, which is pretty awesome. So you are busy playing. You get into that mode where you are sort of like, sometimes when cats' eyes get super big, the pupils get super big, and like you've got that hunter mode sort of activated there, and you're biting and kind of scratching way too hard for this kid, and she starts crying, and then you like try to jump up onto her hair, and then the family is like, can we get some help over here? And Anthony's putting down the tray, and he quickly comes running up and sort of grabs you by the scruff, and he's like, sorry about that. Juliet is sometimes... Calm down, Juliet. Sorry about that. We do have antibacterial hand wash in the restroom if you want to kind of make sure that the cut doesn't get... I'll get you like a band-aid soon. Really sorry about that. The little girl is very, very unhappy. But you see that Juliet, the four of you would see that Juliet is busy being carried sort of like near to the back to one of the shelves, kind of past where you've just come. And she's placed down there, and Anthony is sort of like holding you down for a bit, and eventually you do calm down, and the ears go back to their normal, and you're sitting there, but your tail is still doing this. Anthony kind of walks off when he gets the band-aid for the little girl, but that would leave all of you together.
Do the people have any food on their table?
There is food on their tables. Yes, there are. There is definitely food on
Callie
their
is now on the table.
Callie, we had the eyes on the prize here.
Snuggling up
Juliet,
to a human, trying to get close.
Very nice.
Trying to get close to the food.
I think what you could do, if you like, you can roll a rapport roll there, and for this scene, you can mark, if you want to use one of your stunts, which is the Feed Me Seymour there, you can use that as well to add to the rapport. Now, your stunts, the way that they work is that you can use each stunt twice per scene. So this is still considered one scene, so... Yeah, but you could you don't have to use that stunt, but you can roll first and see if you're going to want it afterwards.
I'm absolutely going to want that.
Okay, all right. So you can add a +2 to your rapport skill there. So how much would that give you?
0.
A flat 0. All right. So
I rolled all negatives, and I have a +2 already.
again, if there are ways that you can conceive of using one of your aspects as a
hungry troublemaker. My high concept is hungry troublemaker, but the aspect is mine now.
mine now. All right. So
Actually, no. I'm gonna use foodie.
Foodie. All right. Foodie is considered your trouble, maybe, or maybe this would be the other way around. All right. So how will you justify?
That's right.
How
I'm
would
not
you?
used to this.
How would you? That's all right. How would you justify using foodie? What are you doing that you would say would justify you using a fate point for a reroll or a +2 here?
She's trying to eat the food, which is enough for her. She wants this food. I don't even know what the food is. She just wants it.
So what this person is actually ordered is they've ordered some chicken fingers, and it's very easy to make. So they are it is very you could potentially canoodle your way into getting some food there from a person. And people, it's a cat cafe, so if you're not expecting cats, they don't come to a cat cafe. So it's not that people aren't used to it. So I will say that
they ordered chicken.
Exactly.
You ordered chicken at a cat cafe.
What were you asking? What were you expecting? So yeah, I will say we could justify using that. Would you like to go for a +2, or would you want to go for a reroll on the dice?
I don't trust these dice, so +2.
All right, excellent. So that would give you a flat +2, which is fair. You see at this specific table, it is an elderly gentleman who is sitting with an elderly woman, and she is the one that has the chicken fingers, and she sort of looks up to sort of canoodling there by her legs, and she's like, oh, all right, and she takes one off and sort of breaks it and puts it on the floor for you. You managed to get your Gumdrop is giving you a look as Gumdrop is waiting for you to stay on task and complete the mission.
Grabs the chicken finger and runs.
Yeah. She's like, you wait till
runs
the food
back
comes
towards
to
the
you.
group.
You don't work for the food. The food passes you by. Oh, you're so young. I'll show you. The food will come to you.
But it was chicken. It was chicken.
No, yeah, I mean, we live in a cafe, though.
Yeah, but chicken. I wanted the chicken. It was right there.
I assume they're all like clumped up in a group still.
You are, yeah. And they're close to you where you are, Juliet. They were making their way to you.
I think there may be an ambush moment about to occur. They're not paying any attention.
All right, so everyone, this is a very valid point. Everyone can make me a notice roll to see if you notice Juliet about to pounce on one of you. Juliet, you can make a fight roll there.
Sure.
I will roll for Tinkles as well. Oh no.
Tinkles,
poor Tinkles.
I'm getting out my other dice. These ones are mean.
That's going to be a 2 for DeLacey.
2 for DeLacey.
2 for Gumdrop.
2 for Gumdrop.
-1.
-1. 5. Excellent. All right. So, Callie, you almost get caught in you get caught in a little bit of the tumble as Juliet pounces off and sort of does a quick little rough and tumble with poor little Tinkles. But it's just for a bit of fun. Tinkles like, what is with everyone today and trying to jump on? We were looking for you, Juliet.
Hi. Okay. What? What's going on?
Well, see, we have a little bit of a mission. You remember last month when I had my little accident Well, Mrs. Haversham's been sort of hiding the catnip since then, but I think I found it, and she keeps the wet food treats in the same place.
Okay. What do you need?
What was it that Schrodinger wanted again, Gumdrop?
Oh, yeah. You're right. We do have another part of this, which is we need no complications. Yet there is a complication. You know that cat Schrodinger, that like who's there and he's not there, and it's frankly creepy. He's become creepier. He's looking for a lamb.
Is it a toy?
Here's the thing. I don't know. But he says he can help us get those wet treats. And at this point, I've already done way more work than I usually do. So I'm going to need those wet treats. I deserve these wet treats.
Well, I don't want the treats, but if somebody will play with me later, I'm in.
Yes, we'll figure this out.
I
I'll
have
figure this
your-
all out. I need these treats.
If I play with you, can I have your treats?
Oh my god.
Sure, but I mean, I get your tail. I get your tail.
I get your treats.
Okay.
So,
I
Juliet,
didn't hear that.
you actually do have lore as a skill. So, why don't you go
Yes.
ahead? Why don't you go ahead and roll lore?
Sure.
This is so much work. Like Gumdrop just kind of lays down a little while they're talking, takes like a little mini cat nap.
I'm actually going to go ahead and use a stunt.
All right.
Which is prick up their ears after midnight.
Excellent. Yeah.
And so that will put me at 4.
Excellent. So 4 is great. Yeah, I mean you've seen Schrodinger because you've got a pretty keen eye for things. You know, you notice what's going on in the cafe, and Schrodinger is usually in one drawer and in one cupboard and out the other and under tables and beds, etc., wherever they can be. And you have seen that Schrodinger has got a little stuffed animal toy that he carries around with him every now and then, which is a tiny little lamb that has this must be what Schrodinger is talking about, but where it is right now, you're not sure, but you know that it is a toy that he's talking about.
Yeah, the little toy, the little fluffy white thing that they like to carry around. Yeah.
Gumdrop tricks. Oh, it's a toy. Okay, that's
Yeah,
actually
the best things are
honestly.
toys.
I mean, here's the thing you don't know with that guy.
What?
You don't. We're just happy. I'm just happy it's a toy. Let's do this. I'm so tired.
You should work. You should play more. It's good for you.
No,
It's
I should
fun.
do the opposite. I'm gonna do the opposite though.
I agree with Gumdrop. It's exhausting being awake all the time. I don't know how you do it.
No, I'm not awake all the time. I just am like, I have a lot of fun, and then I get up and I have a lot of fun.
Yeah, but I need like a solid 23.
Oh, yeah, that's too long. That's too long. There's too much stuff to do.
Well, I mean, normally I don't have stuff to do, but this is stuff, so.
How do you make time to eat?
I do it in micro bursts. The food.
That's not enough time.
I'm very efficient.
So yeah, where do we know where the toy was last?
Everyone can go ahead and make a notice roll for me or an investigation roll, whichever one would be your choice.
I would like to use a stunt.
Yes.
Gumdrop has nosy nose. She's very nosy because she knows what's going on, even though she is asleep often.
Excellent.
And that gives her +2 to investigate or notice.
Very nice. All right. So you can definitely invoke that.
I got a 3.
A 3?
Yep.
So.
Just the one.
Okay.
Callie's tail's way too interesting.
3.
Same. I got two. Thank God for that extra.
All right, so DeLacey and Callie and Gumdrop as well. But Gumdrop, you more or less remember where it was before. You remember seeing a toy that looked similar to that in one of the seating areas, and you didn't really pay too much attention to it because you're basically in between getting a bit of sun in the windowsill and then moving to the other windowsill to get sun there once the sun shifted.
Exactly. Very
Uh,
important.
it's very important. I mean, it's your health that you've got to think about.
Exactly.
But DeLacey and Callie, especially this morning with you, DeLacey, where you were up on your higher perch, you actually noticed that there is a family that comes in almost every Saturday for a bit of brunch, and they have a 3-year-old little toddler. And right now, you both of you, Kelly and DeLacey, had seen this toddler in that sort of same seating area booth, busy playing with this little lamb, and occasionally putting it in his mouth, and is sitting there with his family.
I believe a child had it last.
They here now.
Thought it was food. Trying to eat it.
The small
Oh, no,
humans
it's-
always put things in their mouth. It's gross.
It's got human germs on it now.
How
Paul
do you
Schrodinger.
how do you know if it's food if you don't put it in your mouth?
Valid.
I mean, it could just be cleaning it.
Feel that I'm the oldest here, and I have made the most wise decisions. I'm very concerned about all of you.
Why?
But I got chicken.
Oh, I am much too lazy to go through a list of my concerns right now. We have to get that lamb, and then I will get wet treats, and then I will take those treats back to the window in the kitchen, and I will sleep and eat them at the same time.
Ooh, that's a good
So-
plan.
Question: is the family still there?
They are still
Okay.
there. It is it seems to be there are 3 women of varying ages, and there is this young toddler that is with them.
DeLacey's gonna kind of nod her head. They're right over there. I'm not gonna go over there.
And Juliet starts off towards the booth.
Oh no. Oh, I was gonna go
Cal-
stealthy.
Callie's going too because she wants to know how the lamb tastes.
Okay, so Gumdrop's watching this and going, actually, this doesn't affect my plan at all. And she's going to be very stealthy. And at some point, probably try to steal it, hoping that there's some sort of like, she was going to say we should do like a distraction, but she thinks it's already going to happen, like naturally. So she would be very much kind of like just behind and watching for a little and waiting for a moment. That's her plan right now.
Natural distractions. Oh yeah.
Exactly.
All
Is the
right.
child in the booth or in a booster seat?
The child is not in a booster seat. They're sort of like standing up, because it's like you've got against the wall, you've got these seats that are sort of built into the wall, and then you have like actual physical 2 chairs on the other side. So it's like a lounge sort of seat, and you have 2 chairs on the other side. So the child is sort of like standing up next to one of the women that you assume might be his mother or somebody else, and sort of like playing with the lamb, and occasionally like putting it in its mouth and everything. And the women seem to be talking amongst themselves as well, and occasionally stroke the head of the kid.
So yeah, Juliet will jump up onto the bench area that they're all sitting near. She's like, like, headbutt the child.
Callie's licking the child.
Very nice. Both of you can go
Like,
ahead
tap,
and
tap,
make a rapport roll for me.
I will use Feed Me Seymour again.
All right. Let me just
Oh
see
boy.
there. Feed this here. Okay, very good. So for this scene, you can't use that stunt again. So you've used the one twice now. But next, when the scene changes, I will tell you, and then your stunts will be refreshed.
+1.
+1. All right, it's average.
I'm going to go ahead and use a different stunt. Basically reaching up onto the table and sort of like grabbing for like a napkin or something else balled up nearby.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use I brought you a gift.
Very good. Very good. All right.
So that is going to put me at 4.
I hunted
Nice.
you a napkin.
All right. So
I have also brought you a white fluffy thing. Give me the white fluffy thing.
So the little boy is very interested that these two cats have come up to him and are busy playing with him, and he sort of does drop the lamb out of its mouth, which is just in time for Gumdrop to sort of stealth run up there and sort of grab it as the child picks up the little tissue paper and he says kitty, and he starts like playing with Juliet and playing with Callie and sort of rubbing their ears.
You know, if Gumdrop grabs it, she'll actually shake her head a little. They just like, oh god, look at this. Like, yeah, she's a little judgmentally, and she will try to go unnoticed with the lamb in her mouth.
Make a stealth roll for me.
Yeah. She's going to use her always prepared stunt.
Always prepared.
Which gives her... actually, no, sorry, that's on quiet cat paws. That's the +2 to stealth.
Yeah.
All right, let me do that here. Okay, and that's also... So it's plus the skill, plus the stunt too, right? So make sure I have both of them. So that is 3.
3. Very nice. You dart in there as silent as you learned when you were growing up on the streets, how to get in and out and get something and get what you need, and you are kind of making your way back to where DeLacey and Tinkles are sort of waiting and having a look and Tinkles says, "Oh, you got it. Well done, Gumdrop."
I'm worried because a kid bit into this. I might get a kid disease. It's still in her mouth.
Maybe we should... Do you think we need to eliminate the witnesses?
Oh, that's a lot of work, Tinkles.
I mean, you know, Anthony's always watching those crime shows. This is... I keep hearing the humans say eliminate the witnesses.
I think I'm going to have a talk with Anthony at one point about his viewing habits, because this is really disturbing my nap time.
I agree. Callie and Juliet, are you staying around the kid, or
Callie retreats upon noticing the lamb missing. Retreats because she wanted to try the lamb.
Juliet has discovered the tiny human has tiny shoelaces, and it is having some trouble disengaging.
Oh boy, Tinkles! I don't know if we need to eliminate witnesses, but we may.
No,
I'm not going to.
I feel like eventually the mom's going to get tired of Juliet's and like farewell cat, but for the moment, Juliet is re-engaged on a new target.
Very good. So the 4 of you are gathered there with Tinkles and Gumdrop and Callie and DeLacey are together, and sorry, yes, those 4, and Tinkles says, "Well, should we try and find Schrodinger?" And you hear a voice pop out, "Hello."
Okay. Hey, I'm losing lives. I'm going to be real honest.
I noticed you seem very tired lately. Hello, DeLacey.
Schrodinger.
Have they bought you a new sweater yet?
No.
That's very disappointing. I see you found my lamb.
A child has had it in their mouth, so you decide what to do with that. And she'll kind of like nudge it over.
You notice that after Schrodinger said, "I see you have my lamb," he proceeded to lift one of his legs up, and he is now, cleaning his butt right in front of you, as cats do. He has not seemed to notice what you're saying.
So tired. Talking to Schrodinger makes me more tired than usual.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you all were here. Was there something you needed?
Okay, Gumdrop's gonna get real intense for a second. Look, buddy, I heard something about you know where those wet treats are, and I've done so much. I've done like a week's worth of stuff, and I'm you know where I'm getting? I'm getting like grumpy. I'm getting grumpy tired, and no one wants a grumpy tired Gumdrop. I'm gonna be real honest here. So I'm gonna need you to finish your deal, or I'm gonna have Tinkles eliminate you, and he doesn't even know what that means.
Honestly, Gumdrop, I'm still not entirely sure he's alive. He might be a ghost.
Yeah, he's creepy. Yeah, Tinkles, he's creepy. I don't know.
So
He's our only lead.
Gumdrop, why don't you go ahead and make a provoke roll there?
She is writing checks. Her cat butt cannot. Oh no. Okay, so -2. Terrible. Oh, website. That's very rude. I don't like you, fake dice. I'm gonna be honest.
So, you do have an aspect that says always on the hunt for snacks. If you want to pay me a fate point, that would definitely justify your action here of a potential reroll or a +2.
Oh crap. Yeah, I gotta. She's got to.
All right.
That's why she's getting real intense.
Very good.
Oh no. Okay, it's fine.
Are you gonna do a reroll or are you gonna do a straight +2?
Oh god, I'm not brave enough to re-roll. It's just gonna have to be a straight +2. Nope. So
All right.
Maybe sometime, but not today.
So what does that bring the total to?
Okay. Oh, so would it be a complete re-roll or just a +2 to what I already rolled?
+2 to what you already rolled, or a
Oh
complete
god.
reroll?
Maybe I should just re-roll then. That gets me. Oh god. Okay. You know what? Yeah, let's do it. Oh, I don't want to look at it. Okay. I'm gonna like put it over in the corner.
So
Oh hey. I won.
one is average. Now, you'll notice on the table cards there, I'm going to add a card here, to describe just to describe the whole general vibe around Schrodinger, which is kind of creepy.
His general vibe.
Yeah, his general vibe. So, at any stage with this card here that's on the table of kind of creepy, if there's a way that you can think that it applies to something, you can also invoke that to add to a roll. So it is possible for you to use more than one fate point on something. Well, if you want to invoke things, you can sort of like stack it as well, if you know what I mean. But yes, you did get a success there, which is great. So Schrodinger says, "Oh yes, the snacks. Well, you see, it's almost lunchtime, I think. Time is difficult sometimes. But a lot of people ate pancakes this morning." And Schrodinger is looking at you all as if you know exactly what that means. Juliet, at about this stage, you have been sort of shooed away from the child.
So yeah, upon noticing that she is alone in these antics, she will spot the rest of the group and come trotting back.
I've answered your question, yes?
No, absolutely not.
Oh,
What does pancakes have to do with this?
I apologize. I need to work on myself some more. Yes, pancakes. Well, the humans like their syrup. And Anthony forgot to put out more bottles today. There is only one remaining. The rest belong in the cupboard. The same one with the treats. And the catnip. If you could somehow get rid of that bottle, well, I imagine the cupboard would be opened.
Oh, it's another thing. We have to do another thing. So many things. We're never gonna do it.
Saying is I have to. What you're saying is I have to go eat the syrup? I'm in. Turns around, runs.
That's
Oh,
just
I should
asking
stop
for
her,
it.
but I'm not
Towards
going
the
to.
bottle of syrup.
She's gonna get so sick.
I can imagine she would. I can
Oh
imagine she would.
no, don't go.
She
This
doesn't
could solve our
care.
problem.
So, you all turn your gaze to have a look at Callie running off, and when you look back, Schrodinger's just gone. The lamb is still there on the floor.
No.
I need to know.
Oh,
I need to know how he does that. I need to know.
I think
DeLacey would like. DeLacey would like to hide the lamb under a couch.
Do it. Roll a burglary check.
Put that away for later.
That's gonna be a straight 0.
A straight
Actually,
0.
could I invoke one of my aspects?
Sure. Which one?
Clever kitty.
Oh yes, yes, for sure. Do you want the +2 or do you want to re-roll on that?
I'm gonna take the +2.
All
Make it a
right,
1.
which makes it a fair. You hide it under one of the sort of like seating areas, but in such a way that it is behind one of the legs of the chair, so it would be difficult to find if you didn't know it was there. And what we're going to do is just go ahead and take a quick 10-minute break so people can go to the restroom or maybe have some more coffee or whatever you like. Because for me, it's 8 in the morning. For you guys, it's 8 p.m. there where you are, potentially different times. But yeah, so I'm going to have another cup of coffee and take a little break. To everyone who is on the stream, thank you so much for watching and joining in. And we've had a couple of new followers after the last few days, and that's really, really cool. Thank you very much, and I hope you guys are enjoying The Secret Life of Cats. And we will be back in about 10 or so minutes. All right. Okay, welcome back everyone to the next half of our little one shot here, The Secret Life of Cats. If you are just joining us, don't worry. We do have the VODs that will come up on the YouTube channel as well. I'm going to go ahead and leave the link for that. So, as usual, if you're feeling generous, give us a subscribe because the sooner we get to that 100 subscriber 100 subscriber goal, we can get our own custom URL, which is pretty sweet. And yeah, we're not that far away here on Twitch from into the 50 follower mark, which gets us the affiliate status, I believe, which is pretty great. I'm really happy about that. But enough about that. Let's get back to our kitties. All right, so this is still classified as the same scene, because you are still in the actual cafe area there. Once that transitions out of that room, then will be a new scene. So Schrodinger disappeared ninja style, and Callie, you are looking for this syrup, this delicious maple syrup.
Her plan was to full speed attack the syrup bottle from the ground to the table, just take the syrup down.
Excellent. All right. So first things first, let's see if you can manage to spot the syrup. So you can go ahead and make a, there's a sentence I just said, spot the syrup. You can go ahead and make a notice roll.
That is +3.
Very nice, very nice. So you see, there appears to be a couple that are sort of potentially in the newer stages of couplehood, where they're sort of like fawning all over each other, and there is like some food and stuff on the table, and they are kind of like holding hands and talking, and they have got a few cups of coffee, and the bottle of maple syrup, which is almost empty, is sitting right there near their coffee.
Is it open?
It is the they've got one of those little glass, so it's not a bottle, it's like the little pouring jugs, the small little glass pouring jugs. So it is open. All right.
Perfect.
So you're running? Go ahead and make
running, jumping, taking that syrup down.
Make a fight roll.
It is the delicious enemy. I am gonna use mine now.
I will let you use athletics as well if you want to, because you are essentially just like spring jumping and trying to knock into it. So athletics, you can use that too.
I better athletics, so that is a +1.
A +1. Do you want to use mine now? Because you can get a +2 to that.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
That's good form.
All right. So, potentially faster than any of you have ever seen Callie move. She goes running and she takes a jump, and the camera will pan to one of those slow motion type things where you've got that sound playing, and you come diving head first, or not head first, but like you paws first right onto the table. You go skidding through the plates, through the cups, and the bottle of maple syrup falls and smashes on the ground with all the plates, and the couple are just absolutely covered in coffee and food. And Mrs. Haversham, she comes out and says, "Oh dear, I'm so sorry."
Licking up the syrup on the ground.
Oh, please, let's take Anthony. And he calls what is Auntie? No. What is up with you guys today? This is just it's a mess. All right, let me clean up for you folks. I'm sorry. We'll replace your coffees and everything. This is no problem. Oh dear, it looks like a lunch rush is coming in as well. We do have that sale on pancakes at the moment. I think I'd bet... Oh dear, Anthony, you forgot to put out more syrup today. I'm sorry, Auntie. It's just been a busy morning, you know. And he sort of like picks you up as well, Callie. It's gonna make you sick.
Licking the syrup off her hand.
You can. I want you to make a physique roll for me, please. This is the fate equivalent sometimes of Constitution saving throw.
This Gumdrop
I
sticking her
can't
head
help.
again.
I can't help but notice I don't have any bonuses to that at all.
That is
So it's
gonna
a
make you
straight
sick.
roll.
And it's a -3.
A -3. So, as Anthony has got you by the sort of scruff, you start
Nothing I have will help.
you know the sound you're making. The sound is like, oh no, oh no, 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 oh no, 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 and he sort of starts like rushing you towards where there are a couple of litter boxes and manages to get you there in time as you are sinking to the little. For the rest of you, you notice that you do notice your friend come rushing far to one of the other sides, and we are now in a new scene. So any stunts that you use will be refreshed as well. Your fate points don't refresh yet. They only refresh during a new story, or you can gain and lose them, but the stunts do refresh. Mrs. Haversham is beginning to make her way to the kitchen.
DeLacey is definitely gonna follow.
All right. So, as she's making her way into the kitchen, she opens a cupboard, and she actually there are about six to 10 of these little jugs that you would put the syrup in and everything like that. And she is taking them out and putting them down, and sort of getting them ready and prepped. So there are only about 7 tables in this whole cafe, so it's not huge, but it's not, you know, tiny. It's big enough for a cat cafe. So she is getting them sort of ready for the tables, making sure they're all clean, and then she is looking around, and she goes to a little key hook on the wall there, and she goes to one specific cabinet, which is a little bit to the I would say to the right hand side of the kitchen, and it's a little bit higher up. There are counters and stuff that are sort of below it, but it would be still a bit of a jump for anyone to make. What are all of you doing at this point in time? So, Mr. Tinkles does say, do we have a plan of action? How are we handling this?
Has Miss Havisham opened the cabinet yet?
Not yet. So we're sort
Okay.
of like this is a, you know, this will be simultaneous, kind of like giving you guys time to come up with your ideas and or plan of attack.
Callie drinks some water and then joins the rest of them again.
I mean, I can jump. I'm good at jumping. Is jumping in the plan?
Jump. Steal the
We'll
tree.
have to get
Steal
up there.
the tree.
We do. We have to get. I'm so small. I can't jump that high.
And I'm fat and I can. So what's your excuse?
Could you be thrown that high?
Maybe.
I would like to see someone try.
I mean, someone could make me a rapport roll to see how he feels about this idea.
I mean, that's pretty good for me.
Yeah,
All right. So
That's a 2.
a two. All right, a 2. So he says, I mean, if it'll get me the catnip, then I suppose.
Hey, in my former life, I've been known to, I've done some like missile shooting type work. I don't want to go into it because I think the statute of limitations has not run out on many of those things. But I could get you there with a fair amount of accuracy.
Okay, but what do we do while? I mean, how do we get her to keep the cupboard open?
I mean, I could climb her pant leg. That'll keep her busy for a second.
Well, she has to open it first.
Okay.
Okay. I suppose.
Does she look
Yeah,
like
but-
she's going to open it if
She-
we just don't do anything right now?
She is.
Good.
She's just about to set up the things, and she is now beginning to like futz with the keys, and she is starting to like unlock the cupboard, and she opens it up, and you guys can see that there are a number of things stacked inside here. There are the little. I mean, you can't see how deep the cupboard goes, but there are a couple of bigger bottles of maple syrup, and then there is like the small little jar canister thing of the catnip that is there, and there are a whole lot of those little like single wet food treat things which are packed in there, which she keeps in there, and a couple of miscellaneous other things as well. But she is busy opening this cabinet, and she does take out the maple syrup. And who's doing what?
Well, I would say Gumdrop is kind of starting to pick up Mr. Tinkles and has started doing like this aiming. Like this has been used in burglaries before. She's used this technique. And then she's just hoping that distractions will be created because they're very good at that. But she's really got to focus on this.
All right,
She's
so
like licking her paw, feeling the air. Don't worry, Mr. Tinkles. This usually worked. Like the percentage is pretty good.
I think I only have 2 of my lives left. Be careful.
That's perfect. 2's great. It's better than 1.
The math works.
I should just wait until it's clear.
All right, so
It's like a
you're
clear shot.
you're getting ready, and you sort of angled yourself at one stage. Like Mrs. Haversham isn't really like looking down at the moment because she's busy like getting she's busy pouring the syrup and stuff into the
Are you
jugs.
planning to throw him at the cabinet or at Mrs. Havishire?
Oh no, the cabinet. Like she's trying to get him to the goods.
Okay, good.
So yeah, no, Juliet will basically wander up and do the what is initially the pat on the leg, and then the starting to climb up the pants leg. Not like the aggressive hurting, but just the I'm gonna use the stunt parkour.
You're gonna parkour up this 7-year-old woman's leg.
I'm gonna come up. I'm going up. I'm going up.
We need those treats. She shouldn't have put him up so high.
All right, go for it. Go for it. You can roll your athletics.
Sure. Yeah, there is not stealth intended. There is simply a.
Indeed.
Okay, so 6. Because the stunt ads.
So that is above great. That is like awesome. So you are busy.
And it's for the shoulder.
You're sort of like circling around her legs at the beginning, and then you start climbing up her pants, and you very quickly in rapid succession sort of jump up onto her shoulder, and you're sort of like circling around. She's saying, "Oh, Juliet, I'm busy right now, so oh my, and at this point, you can go ahead and make your shoot roll. Was it shoot you were going for, or burglary?
Yeah, it's whoa. You know what? Let's go burglary, and also using her on quiet cat paw stunt, which gives her a plus to extra plus to burglary. She's very good at it. Not anymore, of course. She never does it anymore.
She's a good girl now.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
so
Callie
Gumdrop.
will run in front of the cabinet to be prepared to catch things when they get
Excellent.
fall because someone's being hurled at them.
Gumdrop. You know, you've been holding on to this for a while, but man, it's been a busy day. It's been such a busy day. You're so tired. You know,
True.
is this really worth it? Like, maybe you could just sleep. She'll give you the treats eventually. So I'm invoking your trouble here of kind of lazy. You can resist and pay me a fate point, or you can go with it and see how this plays out.
I think she's thinking about it a little, and Mr. Tinkles is kind of resting on her shoulder. But she's like, no, because then Schrodinger is going to show up, and I'm never going to rest again. I can't sleep with that guy around. So as she rapidly loses fate points, though, she has to.
If you were saying this out loud, Tinkles would be like, "I know, he never blinks." I
don't. It's just not like I think I can't tell if I'm seeing him in my nightmares or when I'm awake sometimes.
Go ahead and make the roll.
Okay. Be cool. Okay. So that's average. That is also a 6. Thank you, dice roller. I'm feeling real good about this one, Mr. Tinkles.
Callie is prepared near the bottom of the cupboard, and with expert aim, Gumdrop launches Mr. Tinkles into the air, and
stay stiff.
if you know the refrain from the aria, the flower duet, for any of you, that music would be playing now as Tinkles is soaring through the air and into the cupboard, and Mrs. Haversham is thoroughly distracted by Juliet as she is working her way. And Tinkles is let me make an athletics roll to see how well he lands.
Oh, stick the landing.
Come on,
Buddy.
Tinkles.
No, I don't like this.
I don't like that face. Come on,
Like I should have
Tinkles.
just taken the nap. I should have just taken the nap.
All right, so that was a -3.
Oh my god.
But let's just see if there are any aspects of the table that he can use. I didn't add too much. Oh gosh, I think we're just gonna go ahead and go with the kind of creepy, because he is thinking about, oh god, I don't want to have to go through Schrodinger again.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna invoke that for a reroll.
Yes. It's very effective.
And that's much better.
Tinkles.
It's a +2. So as the image of the music is playing in his mind, and the image of Schrodinger sort of pops into his head, he rights himself, lands silently in the cupboard, and then he meows to Callie like, "Get ready, they're coming!" And he's sort of like scratching all these things out, and then the little I said jar earlier, so it's a little bag of catnip sort of like falls down onto the ground, and he jumps. He gets ready to jump down. At this point, Mrs. Haversham is sort of like, "What's going on?" And she's sort of beginning to look around. Juliet, are you going to do anything about that?
I think
or
I've actually.
DeLacey?
Oh yeah, I was about to say, if DeLacey's got a plan, otherwise I've got a thing.
I think DeLacey is probably going to try and distract her, add to the chaos. Is there like a lower place that she can get up to? Okay. She's going to jump up there.
You could get on the counter where she is busy preparing the bottles, the small little jugs of the syrup.
She's going to jump up there.
All right.
Look Miss Haversham dead in the eyes and just knock one over.
The most cat thing that has happened this
For sure.
Oh.
Let's see. What shall we make that? You're trying to get her attention. So I'm gonna say this is deceive. I'm gonna go for deceive here because you are trying to distract her. So you can make a deceive roll.
Looking back like respect.
This was the wrong
Respect.
thing to wear makeup on because I am crying with laugh. Okay.
So that's gonna be a. After I roll, can I use one of my stunts?
You can indeed.
Okay. So I'm gonna use my big ol' eye stunt for a +2, which makes that a 3.
Very nice. 3 is good. So Mrs. Haversham is just about to turn around, and you jump up onto the counter, and you're meow, and sort of like start pushing the one of the glasses of the small little jugs for syrup off. And Mrs. Havisham turns around and catches like, oh, no, dear, no, I need those for the customers. Those of you who are on the ground, you can make a burglary or athletics roll to see if you can get away with the treats quickly enough.
I'm gonna use my stunt, big cat, tiny hole.
All right.
To give me a +2,
Very good.
and that makes it a 3.
Very nice. And how about Gumdrop?
3.
3. All right. And actually, Tinkles also got a 3. So
Yeah,
you
so
guys
proud of him.
managed to get your stuff. And Tinkles he doesn't give a crap about the treats. He has got his mouth on that bag of catnip, and he is bolting faster than you've ever seen him go.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad influences going on with that kid.
But the rest of you grab your treats, and where are you going to take them? There is an upstairs as well where Mrs. Havisham's like actual apartment is, where she lives and everything as well.
Where's somewhere she can't reach?
Where's somewhere she can't reach? That's a good question. I think she can
Like,
reach.
is there a perch high enough where she'd have to like go get a ladder?
Definitely. The one that Juliet was on this morning is definitely high up enough, but it's sort of like stepped so that the cats can get up there when they want to.
Yep, the highest perch.
Not Juliet, I mean DeLacey.
DeLacey.
All right.
I'm
So
running to the highest perch with these.
Excellent. Are you following suit with the treats? Is Gumdrop just following Callie?
Oh, she's looking real hard at like her normal place in the kitchen, which is exactly where she'd want to eat this treat. I mean, how noticeable could it be? And that the other thing is so far away. It's so far away. It's in a whole nother room. So Snow, I mean, so Gumdrop is gonna take her to a treat and just kind of like just start going for her regular kitchen perch.
Very good. Juliet and DeLacey.
Juliet has absolutely no shame. She's going to sit for a bit longer and try and like nuzzle Miss Havisham's ear and purr super loudly and just be unbelievably pleased with herself up here. But eventually, like, if she will tolerate being put back on the floor and go see what everybody else is up to.
Yeah, DeLacey's already gone, pretending like it never happened.
Mrs. Haversham lets you contentedly purr on her shoulder for a while, and she manages to get the syrups and stuff done, and eventually she puts you down. She turns around to see that the cupboard is a mess inside. There are still a couple of packets of the treat, and our friend Gumdrop is in the window and has managed to like tooth open the soft food packet. As
One eye
Callie
shut at this
is
point.
enjoying her snacks upon the perch, and DeLacey has managed to take her snacks as well. You did get the lion's share because all that Tinkles was worried about was that catnip. And Juliet, you're enjoying yourself.
She'll go after Callie's tail eventually.
Yep.
That is the next goal. That was what she was
Callie's
promised.
tail is swinging as she eats as many soft food treats as she can.
That tail is in danger.
Yep.
It will be the next target.
She knows what she signed up for, but she's eating these treats.
Live it up now.
And I believe that is actually a wonderful place to end this one shot. The heist was successful. And who knows, maybe we'll see the cats of Mrs. Haversham's cat parlor again.
We need to have an intervention for Mr. Tinkles.
I mean, I'm not saying he's not going to have an accident again.
Oh, God.
We've literally done the opposite of an intervention. You know that?
Yeah, we have to even it out.
I totally vote on us becoming catnip dealers next time. I feel like DeLacey would love the life of a crime boss.
Gumdrop definitely doesn't have like points in contacts or anything, so resources.
Yeah,
in a mysterious way.
Surprisingly,
Not a cell phone.
surprisingly, I also have contacts.
A tiny little burner cat phone.
Tiny little burner phone.
Is it shaped like a fish or a paw?
Oh
No,
my
it's so
word!
cute, it's
Oh,
too
that's
cute.
great. Oh, that's
Juliet
wonderful.
is susceptible to your terrible influences. That's about it.
Honestly,
I mean, if there's food.
if I don't get some fan art out of this, I'm gonna be very sad. All right, folks.
Oh, that was super fun.
I'm
Thank
glad
you so
you
much.
enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for
absolutely.
joining in, guys. And again, make sure to give all of our amazing role players here a follow on all the socials. Watch all of the programs they're in, and you'll be seeing Cassie as Sakura again on Sunday for our vampire game. We do have a D&D game that is on, for me it's Tuesday nights, but for the States it would be super early Tuesday mornings. And we do have another, oh gosh, what is the word? Project, thank you. Another project that is due to come up in June, which I'm also super excited about, which I'll announce soon enough. But yeah, it's gonna be a heck of a lot of fun. Thank you so much, guys, and love you all very much. Have a beautiful weekend. Be good to each other.